too, bro.
Y'all should gave you that name, though.
What's it? The pocket monster?
Pocket monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, come. Just a second. Shalom. We would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
We want to give our honor and glory to, we want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. And we honor Hebrew Israelites. Out here to prophesy the downfall of America, biblically called Babylon the Great. All right, out here to tell our people who they are biblically, because pursuing the Genesis 10th chapter, there's a table of nations, and it's 18 nations. You came out of one of those 18 nations. There's no such thing as black, colored, Hispanic, Native American. There's no such thing as white. There's no such thing as Asian. There's no way that this person can be named after a color, but this person can be named after a continent. All right, this person can be named after a fucking language. All right, but this person can be named after a fucking country, man. A city. What?
Second Ezra 6:54. And after these, Adam also, whom you made Lord of all your creatures, of him come we all.
Of him come we all. So we all came out of Adam.
And the people also whom you have chosen.
Because, hey, pursuant to, can we get that oldie but goodie, Deuteronomy 32:8? You got it, brother.
In Genesis 35:10. And the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And the Most High said unto him, I am God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
So, in the this is a progenitor. This is I think it's the word, a progenitor, a patriarch. So, we all came out of patriarchs. Every race of people, so-called race of people that you see on this planet, they all came from something similar to that. The sons of Japheth, the sons of Shem, the sons of Ham, more specifically, the sons of Jacob, the sons of Esau, the sons of Elam, okay? The sons of Canaan. Now, it won't let it flip like that, the water though. But, you got it, brother.
Got you, man. Genesis chapter 10, verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the sons of Eber,
Yep.
the brother of Japheth.
Because Eber is where we get Hebrew from.
That's right.
What's that? The land from beyond?
That's right.
The land from before the flood? All right?
Ibar.
Ibar.
Yeah. Going into what's it called? The past.
I think that's where we get that country, Iberia. Yeah. Because, hey, look, man, before Edomite whitewash, before Edomite supremacy, it was known that Hebrews basically ran the world. Jacob ran the world under different identities, man. Come on, man.
Right. And it's the same thing, just like what Job was named. I think Job was identified from the land of Edom, right?
Yeah.
But hey, Jake do the same thing now when they claim their hoods.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Jake is like Jake from O'Block or such and such. Jake been doing that, man.
Well, we're from Jackson, Mississippi. Where do you think Jackson came from? Andrew Jackson, the Edomite.
Right.
We're from the land of Edom.
Right.
America's from the land of Edom.
Right.
All right?
That's right. So just back to the point, Genesis 10:21. And to Shem also, the father of all the sons of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born.
Even to him were children born, man. Okay, showing you that all these races on this earth came from particular men, which produced families, man. All right? And in the beginning, you want to in the beginning.
Yeah.
But didn't they mention Uz in Isaiah 63? The land of Uz, one of the lands is going to be judged?
No, that was
Limitation. Pertaining to Edomites, though, right? Yeah, okay, so, hey, the water. But basically, the Most High gave the sons of Adam laws.
Right. And just to back the precept, the water, bro. Job 1:1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, And that man was perfect and upright and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil.
Yep. So showing you like he was from a land really named after the land of Edomites.
Right, right. Or what about the man King David put on the front line so he could commit adultery? Uriah the Hittite.
Yep.
You know, Uriah the Hittite.
Yep. The Jacksonians,
Right.
the Floridians, the Georgians. You know, it's showing you that showing you that America was spawned from Europe or Britain. Georgia is originally a land in Europe.
Yeah.
Birmingham was originally a land in Europe. New Hampshire, that's why they call all those 13 colonies New. New Hampshire, New England, New Jersey, New York. So you get the little dog in Yorkshire, the New York, you see?
York.
The York, yeah, the Yorkie, okay? But the point is, man, all right? Everybody on earth came from particular families. We did not come from colors, all right? And the Most High gave a particular family laws. And I want to get into, if we get Deuteronomy
32 and 8.
Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, start at verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Well, hey, in some certain translations, I believe it says when he divided those families their lands. Because everybody's lands goes back to a landmark, but their landmark goes back to an ancestor, man. When the Most High divided the 12 tribes of Israel, it says that, bro?
Yeah, it says, verse 8.
Name the translation, bro.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8 in GNT. It says, the Most High assigned nations their lands.
Yep.
He determined where people should live. He assigned to each nation a heavenly being.
Yep, so there you go. Go ahead.
Back in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8, when the Most High divided the nations and their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Yep.
For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, man. The point was he gave everybody lands based on what he was going to give Israel. All right? But the Most High gave the chosen people laws, man. See, I was just thinking about this, right? Because we was talking about, this is why the Most High compared us to brute beasts. A lot of us have pets, and our pets are not under those Hebrew laws. So we've had dogs and cats and stuff, right? You see that brute nature of your dog. He's a nigga. Sometimes he had them nigga ways, like, man, you just did that shit? You just growled at me? You trying to hump everything? You know what I mean? He might take a dump in the wrong place. He's not subject to those laws, man. But guess what? We were like animals. A beast is an animal. So it was so beautiful in Genesis. As a matter of fact, let's get it, because I know the Elder Bun, he made a good point that resonated with me. Let the scripture speak. You know, this is the point. This is what it means to be civilized. If you don't have the laws of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, you're not civilized. Your enemy's PhD doesn't make you civilized, man.
Can I set them up for a point?
Let's go. Let's get
It's
this.
back in 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And after these Adam also, whom you made Lord of all your creatures.
Woo. You made Lord of all your creatures, man. Say it again.
Include people.
Yep, that's right. Because Adam was the progenitor of the sons of Yahweh. Right?
This is the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And it says, and the Lord power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Yeah, he became a living soul because he became civilized with those laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why he was able to command Cain and Abel with the laws of sacrifice. How did they know the sacrifice, man? Lest they had been given laws by Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi.
And at this time frame, the law, statutes, and the commandments, they were oral.
That's right.
They were oral.
Yep. Meaning they were told to you, man.
Right.
All right, they were not contracted yet. Written in contract, written in stone as of yet. All right, Halak, will you hold us something?
Yeah, get Genesis 2 and 15, just to prove
Okay.
the point about
I
it.
got you out this.
It's Genesis chapter 2, verse 15. And the Lord Yahweh took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and keep it.
Do that word keep like we don't know what you're saying because how about Yahawashi breathe that breath? Pretty much he breathed structure into Adam. So he can structure the earth. You know, that's why he was given that breath. That's why the Lord was pissed when he fell from that way. You know, because he gave him everything he needed to run the earth efficiently. Then he veered fucking with Eve and the serpent. You know,
This is the biblical outline usage for keep. To keep within bounds
was the Hebrew word shamar.
shamar.
So what? He was a prophet. Adam was a prophet and a king. He was a priest. Okay,
Because that's how you have to be in your household.
that's right.
A prophet, king, and priest.
All right, that's all the titles. You look at the word Lord, all the titles under this word. Real prophet, king, priest.
When they say he was Lord of the earth.
Just the title Lord, out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Hebrew. It's all them titles just named. Lord, prophet, priest, hood, king.
To keep within bounds, restrain, to observe, celebrate.
So if he was keeping something, what was he doing? He was executing the law, statutes, and the commandments.
You always go transgress means to go past.
That's right.
A bound.
Yep, across. That's right. Yep. Yep.
Perform vow to keep, preserve, protect, reserve.
To protect and to reserve life.
That's right.
You
That's
know?
it.
So
That's it.
righteousness protects and preserves life.
That's right.
From people to plants to animals. You know, so that's what Adam was given from the beginning. He was given a way to protect and to preserve life on the planet Earth and righteousness, man. And you go to the word keep. When you give the duties of the priest, when you read Leviticus, it's that same word shamar. To keep. They were given to keep the temple, but the earth was the temple at that time.
Right.
You got it, bro.
I'm about to get.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, starting at verse 14. Offer unto the Most High thanksgiving, and pay thou vow unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify
So
me.
you make a vow when you come into this truth. Okay? It's blood in, it's blood out. Right? So you literally, once you come across, the lines, right, you have made your vow. Right? Go ahead, bro.
But unto the wicked,
Hey, start over, bro.
all right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, starting at verse 14. Offer unto the Most High thanksgiving.
Right. And that's what we do when we prophesy. Doing the work, doing the will of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, based on the spirit he has given us. Go ahead.
And pay the vows unto the Most High.
Meaning what? You do what you're supposed to do until he calls you home.
And in the ancient world, we actually had to offer up them offerings, man.
Right. But
Well,
it's spiritual now.
we did. Now it's spiritual. We're going back to the garden. Cain offered up an offering, and Abel offered up offerings. That was your Thanksgiving.
Right.
All right?
And call upon me in the days of trouble.
Jacob's trouble. That's the major trouble we're facing. Right? We got the names, so you're going to have to utilize the names in the midst of Jacob's trouble.
And speaking of, because going back to your point, this is offering him Thanksgiving, right?
Right.
But it did say, call upon me in the days of trouble. So we're paying a premium on that hedge. We're paying a premium on that protection
We can
plan.
meet the deductible, right?
Yeah, meet the deductible. So when we call upon him, we got all our premiums paid, we good.
I think the Sabbath on Thanksgiving.
That's something heavy. Have you noticed every major holiday this year, the Most High done blocked
Every
that
last
shit?
one of them.
It's been a high holy day or a Shabbat. You know what I'm saying?
Moon, Halloween.
Yeah, like even like
How you got that?
now, so even like it's a local event here. You know, I always follow a Sabbath or a holy day.
Yeah.
You know, like a
Hey,
holy day.
because the Most High got the spirit on Elder Apostle of heart to say, don't be going out like that.
Yeah.
He said bars, because what's going on now? It's like the Most High's finna, you know, being around a whole lot of people, man. All right.
I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me.
Yep.
But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what thou hast to do to declare my statute, or that thou should take as my covenant in thy mouth.
To declare my statutes.
And you know, that shows that he's talking to the nation of Israel, man. Because, you know, you can always equate it to the wicked, you know what I'm saying, the Edomites and these other heathen nations, but you definitely can put this as far as the nation of Israel, man. Because they when they go to church, they act like they what scripture say, they honor me with their
lips, but they remove their heart far from
yeah. They glorify, but pretty much it's slipping my mind exactly how scriptures go, but like they were saying, they don't really get no regard, man. They just say it, but they don't believe it. They show no action behind it that they have faith and believe, man. All right. Verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instructions and casteth my word behind thee, and who hates instructions more than anybody in Israel? It's a lot, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Now I said, who else other than Israel hate instructions, man? Especially when it comes to the law, statutes, commandments, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. You know, you tell Jake, you don't eat this particular food. They do it. You tell Jake, look, you can't mess with nobody else's woman. They into it. You know, anything contrary to the scriptures, man, Jake, it's like gas that fuels him to be more wicked, man.
Yep, like you said, you can apply it to Israel. And also, when you go into that wicked, it's talking about Esau.
Yeah, it's going to Esau. Because, like, think about the account of John the Baptist. When he told your boy that he was committing adultery, you know what I'm saying? What did he do? He put his hand on the fucking charger, man. So he cast that word behind his back. Ultimately, that's talking about the Edomites.
He claimed himself to be the king of Israel.
Right.
Same thing that they.
And that's why Yahawashi called you that sly fox. Because he knew you was a fucking Edomite.
Yeah.
They say the Lamar brought down through the spirit because it's ultimately talking about Esau, Edom, but majority of our people, they have that vibration of Esau.
That's right.
You know? So the scriptures are manifold, so you know, it can go many ways.
They call liberals today.
Yeah.
Because hey, that's the heavy word that you would say liberal, because really liberal is really rebellion. Those liberals, which really just little deviants. Liberals really like a little deviant, because you're deviating from the way. See, the reason why we bring out these scriptures, these foundational scriptures, is because we're introducing you to the way. These scriptures about the guard, dressing the guard, breathe breath of life into Adam. It's all about that original way. All right, there was a way when the Most High put humans on this planet. He gave them a way. All right, and when Adam deviated from that way, then came death. All right. All right, go ahead.
Was you through preach?
Done. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but again, that's like the priest was saying, but ultimately that scripture is manifold. This is 2nd Ezra 3:5. States, and gave a body into Adam without spirit, which was the workmanship of your hands, and did breathe into him the breath of life.
What's the breath of life? The Holy Spirit. Those laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to him orally. This is the first form of civilization. All right, go ahead.
And he was made living before you.
Yep.
And
Hey,
you
wait a minute. That goes back to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Right? We were dry bones in a desert, also known as lost jakes in America. And then what happened? The Most High breathed that breath into us, and we became living. So now when we got these laws, statutes, and commandments, really the Holy Spirit, it brought us back to life.
Rise of the planet of the apes.
That's right.
We received that spiritual genesis.
Yep, that's right.
You know, like those different apes, it was out of order.
Yep.
It wasn't pretty much like brotherly.
Yep.
Once Caesar brought that genesis to them, everybody was all in cahoots together.
became civilized.
And
They became civilized.
don't over internalize that last Planet of the Apes, man. Piss me off, man.
I still ain't watched the
You ain't missing nothing.
He ain't missing nothing.
The best ones was really like the 1968, you know, maybe the first one that they recently did 10 years ago, second one, third one.
Verse 6, and you led him into paradise, which your right hand had planted.
Because the reality is, in order to live in paradise, you have to maintain the house rules. Like if somebody rent out their Airbnb to you, you have to follow the stipulations of the Airbnb. If not, you're gonna degenerate it, and it's gonna be uninhabitable.
Right.
So the Most High was really renting out the Airbnb to Adam, but He gave him the house rules. This is how you maintain His paradise, man.
That's right. So verse 6, and you led him into paradise, with your right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. Verse 7, and unto him you gave commandment to love your way, which he transgressed,
Yep.
and immediately you appointed death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people and kindreds out of number.
See, in the beginning, the earth was paradise because everything was given to Adam. He didn't have to till the land. He didn't have to do all these things. When you read about the cattle and all that with Cain and Abel, that was after transgression. All right, in the beginning, everything was given to him, man. But he had to dress, he had to keep the laws, keep the way, man. All right, and that's the reality to being a caretaker to something that the Most High gave you. You have to maintenance it, you know. So Adam maintenance the earth.
Till like the earth was made maintenance itself. Y'all remember when they did the lockdowns? How stuff just started healing until
Animals coming out.
the earth was really made the maintenance itself. It was just, he gave us the law to oversee, you know.
And that's why it was called the paradise. What's it called in Hebrew? Done.
Showing you earth didn't have the spirit.
That's right. And this is Genesis 3:19. In the sweat of your face shall you eat bread, till you return unto the ground. For out of it was you taken, for dust you are, and unto dust shall you return.
So us doing laborious work, agrarian work, that's really the post-transgression of Adam. But showing you, because Gad understands what I'm about to say through the spirit, the earth actually pulsates. She actually breathes, man. I think she breathes at a 7 hertz frequency. But you could, somebody Google real quick.
That makes sense if you live it.
That's right.
If you live it.
Because you said the earth basically take care of itself. All right, she has her own regenerative systems, man. It's called the resonance frequency of the earth, something like that.
So it's approximately 7.83 hertz.
7.83 hertz.
I said this frequency refers to the natural electromagnetic vibration of the earth created by lightning strikes interacting with the earth's atmosphere.
It's the point. If I could just add, and then breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, it brings death on the earth, the creatures, including not only yourself, but the planet Earth and everything that exists within the planet Earth.
Was that Elder Kazaka just did a live stream? And he was going into like after Adam, the earth started to die. I can't think of the title now or the theme, but basically after the transgression of Adam, that's what Ezra was about. The explanation to Ezra. After the transgression of Adam, the earth started to go into a state of decay. Just how when you're 15, 16, you got all the energy in the world. You're in your early 20s, you're in your prime. Then what happens after 30? You start to go into a state of decay. Well, that's a microcosm of the planet Earth. All right? The planet Earth, she was in her prime during the time of Adam. She gave forth superior offspring. She gave forth superior fruit vegetation. When Adam fell, everything fell with him. Just from the Elder Kazaki Allah's page, Yahawah is coming back. So now we're at the last stages of the decay of the planet Earth. All right? Then there's going to be a reset. All right?
This is 2nd Ezra 7:48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee.
Yep. So after Adam, and that's why he came back into Yahawah and breaking everything. But after the transgression of Adam, like you said, you start to experience earthquakes, land mudslides, hurricanes, tornadoes, cyclones. Because you got the curses of the Israelites, but then you got the curses of the planet Earth due to the transgression of Adam.
Rain, cold weather.
You got deserts, floods. Why do you have a desert? When you look at the word desert, it goes back to deserted. So that goes back to really a lack of fertility. That's due to the transgression of Adam, man. You got mountains. We didn't even know that mountains used to be a place of habitation. You used to have meadows that were covered in grass, covered in vegetation. All right, you didn't have to take herbs during the time of Adam because all of your energy came from the fruits, and you didn't need to take herbs back then. Herbs is a result of the transgression of Adam. You know.
That's why and just to prove it, that's why Yahawah would tell a person or an Israelite once he healed them, what he say, sin no more. You sneeze, you cough, you have aches and pains because of sin.
Right.
Hey, it's like one of the issues with the earth, man. You know, I be watching this channel on YouTube called When the Earth Fights Back, man. And the earth is like at a sick state, man. It's like saying the earth will catch a fever, you know, nose running, you know. It's just different things that be happening. The floods, the earthquakes, You know, the earthquake's like when you get the chills and shit, man. It's trying to heal itself, but it can't because this devil keep taking all the blood out, which is the oil. You know what I'm saying? Don't respect the land Sabbath, so they constantly drilling, taking away the nutrients from the earth, man. So it's like the brother was saying that the earth is like it's living, man. So just like our bodies, when they start trying to fight off these particular disease and parasites, we go have like hot flashes, sweats and shit. So the earth is going through its motions of earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, you know?
That's concrete swelling in the earth.
Yeah, a bag over his face.
Hey, the earth basically has inflammation. You got a mask on. Hey, you got it, brother.
All right. And it's Isaiah 24:4 in the NLT. The earth mourns and dries up, and the crops waste away and wither. Even the greatest people on earth waste away.
Hey, it's heavy because pursuant to what's that 2 Thessalonians, Esau is referred to as the man of sin. So you had Adam who sinned in the garden, and that caused a decay within the planet Earth. But then the Most High formed the nation of people who embodied that sin. So everything about them represents the transgression of Adam. So now sin runs the world in the form of a rulership called westernization under Esau Edom. Edom is an embodiment of the sin of Adam. So everything we were not supposed to do, Esau does it. Esau is basically a man, as a matter of fact, I'm a brother to look up the word wicked in the etymology online. I think it's wicked, man. All right? Or you can look up sin, it's just one or the other.
That's good. I was just looking at Vice. You know, Jake Collins said in this day and time, Vice Lord.
Yeah.
You look at Vice, it goes into like wicked, depraved, degraded, you know? So it goes into those same synonyms, you know?
Hey, yep.
So like Lamar was bringing out, like the earth is likened to a woman because just think about like a woman, you constantly drilling throughout the whole day and night.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pretty much, like she's gonna rot away. So that's how the earth is through the spirit. Esau keep drilling on it, disregarding the land Sabbath. He's not taking heed to none of the law, statutes, and commandments. So this earth is just fading away. But it's an actual spirit. Right. You know?
Okay, come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, starting at verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth unto singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee.
That's during the concept of the kingdom of heaven. That's right. Right. So
So
even
that's when the saints gonna come marching in.
right. So even the earth, okay, will begin to be again rejoiceful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, remember on Lion King they showed you at the end, when Simba came back into his rulership, everything was like a whole higher vibration.
Right.
Everything was lightened up.
Right.
So that's how it's gonna be when the rightful owners of the earth are gonna be back into rulership.
And on that movie, you saw what? Revelation 21 and verse 1. Talking about a new heaven and a new earth. And then that new goes into kainos, meaning what? Superior before superior of what was before.
Right.
So it's gonna be in a better condition, man.
This scripture wouldn't be documented by the prophet Isaiah unless this earth was going to be fucked up.
That's right.
You know, it wouldn't be there. Verse 8, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down.
Esau.
Yup.
Esau, you got it bad by cutting down all these goddamn timber for what?
Deforestation.
Yeah. How the fuck you give a forest a receding hairline? That's what he's doing.
That's crazy.
You know,
Oh, that was hot.
no, you know, you get the clippers and you like, the first time I cut my hair, I took the guards off, man. You put all type of plugs in your head.
Right.
That's what Esau doing with the forest, like you said, man. The forest got all type of plugs. Is that in Brazil? They had that deep.
Spirit, I was just thinking.
They had that deep.
Yeah.
That's the lungs of the earth.
That's right.
That's right.
The forest is the lungs of the earth.
Right.
How is it the lungs of the earth? You inhale oxygen, exhale what? Carbon dioxide.
That's right.
Where does the oxygen come from that you breathe?
Trees.
This forest, man. Hey, come on, man.
I got quick. You gonna say something?
It was just a little bit left on just said. But brother pretty much elaborate on no feller is come up against us.
Because Esau is gonna be put down for good, man. That's that fella.
And that's how do you say earth in Hebrew? A ratazah. That's a ratazah's hair. This brother got the afro, right? Got the beautiful flow, right? But those trees in the earth, that's like her hair, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the earth from a satellite view, man. All right?
What I say is the point when you people go into the blue letter for color, it goes into a tree cut. That's Esau.
Deforestation.
That's right.
Deforestation because of it. Go ahead,
It
bro.
also shows you what the trees have what a spirit. If they're rejoicing, they got a spirit to it.
Well, there's an old clip on YouTube. I'm sure it's still up. Scientists cut a plant. They ripped the plant up in front of another plant. And the plant that witnessed it was attached to wires and stuff to a monitor. So they took all the scientists out the room and put the one scientist that cut the plant up back in the room. And when that one scientist that cut up the other plant walked into the room, the plant that was connected to the wires and the monitor started spazzing.
Yeah.
So that plant was witnessing. That plant was witnessing his fellow plant get murdered, and he knew what fella did it.
Hey, if I can add, even with certain plants, well, I can't name the type of the plant, but let's just say if locusts, invades them, they would send signals to the plants, to the other plants that like, look, we're being attacked. So that shows you that the plants has a spirit too.
Because one thing I noticed, not only did you dehumanize people, Esau, you really dehumanize existence. Like, it's not until you get pets, so you realize, like, these are actual intelligent beings, you know? And even if you get in tune with, like, rocks and stones, like, even they have spirits. Those gemstones that we wear, they know who you are. Once you put that gemstone on, it's like it connected with you.
Well, why they need to be charged up if they did have a spirit?
Why? Come on, now that's the part. But
Dang.
yeah, man, you put the gemstones on your chest, you don't think it's starting to connect with your spirit, man? That's why you put it under, you put some of those gemstones under your pillow, and it gives you certain dreams, man.
That's right.
Opens you up, man. Certain gemstones, man, they'll give you prophecies, man.
Man, was not Jacob lying on that rock?
You know?
He was lying on that rock when he saw those angels ascend into sin.
Now, don't tell what type of rock it was it was standing on. Because you don't think we had that knowledge back then? Yeah, those Moroccan geos. And it looked like a rock. It looked like a rock till you bust it open. And it's like it's those quartz. Those clear quartz.
Now he made a beautiful point, like, you know how you said the earth, the volume, you go to about the grass, it's like a receding hairline, and keep, growing back. So like you said, like, no matter how Esau, lay out the concrete, you see the grass can keep trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep trying to penetrate.
Vines go through the houses, the foundation houses.
That's it.
And that's why, like, the infrastructure is all bad in down south, because they put the infrastructure on top of Mississippi clay. And the clay is like not solid. So the streets start to move and concave.
And it's really the earth's way of fighting back.
Yeah.
That's why abandoned houses,
Yeah.
cause like if you see a house abandoned long enough, man, nature will take it over.
That's right.
It'll break it down.
I grew up in South Jackson, bro.
It'll break it down.
We drove past the house I used to live in for 10 years. The earth took it back over. The trees grew up in the house. And even when I was living there, it was bad. Like, the earth was already taking over when we was living there, man. But you watch like Planet Earth, you have those abandoned cities, and it'll show you like the earth will take over the city. It'll break it down, man. Because all of the organisms and microorganisms are really conducive to really making the earth regenerate itself. Those decaying organisms, what do you call those decomposers? Those are workers. Those earthworms might as well have a construction head on, man. Those are the earth's workers that decompose everything back to fertilizer.
The Yahawah just went into roaches.
What was he saying about the roaches?
So what the roaches do, they eat filth, but then what they do is what they call it, when they release, they turn the filth into nutrients. So they pretty much take filth and spread it throughout the forest for nutrients for everybody. Yeah, so that's why they come to filth, like filthy house. They come to it because they taking that filth and then they going and releasing it and turning it into nutrients.
In 1 Timothy 4:4, for every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving.
Hey, go ahead, bro.
And I was saying when it's not good, when it's taking out its own natural habitat. You see a rat in the house or something like that, because it's not within its own natural habitat.
Right.
And really, Esau brought those rats over here.
German
Rats, roaches,
roaches.
yeah. And he threw those particular animals over here. It threw off America's natural ecosystem. This is not the same America that was here 500 years ago, man.
But every insect, every animal has its purpose. You know, although you can't eat it, that doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah.
It's still created to do something. The better good of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi.
And this attracted to filth. That's why if you don't have a filthy house, you don't have roaches. If
Yeah.
your house is filthy, the roaches that do what they program to do, like, yeah, it's filthy. Get part of it.
I'm home, man.
Plus your couch. Right. That's what you do. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come.
And that's the reason why the nations are mad now, because they see the prophets on the highways and the byways. And remember, they understood when King David went crazy on them and had them in subjection. So much subjection that hell, King Solomon didn't have to do shit for 40 years. Right? This is what they fear. You know, the re-establishment of the house of David, also their third temple.
And he was a dictator, too.
That's right.
King David was a dictator.
That's right.
You see these regular Joe Blow Edomites, they mad at the Ish people because they hijacked the blessing.
Yep.
You know, so they blame it on them now, you know, the so-called 1%.
Yep.
So all these nations are mad.
It says, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets.
And what's the time of the dead? Talking about these who? These other nations. That's in Isaiah the 14th chapter. If somebody can get that, because they identify what the kings and things of that nature, the chief leaders, the chief princes, they're the dead. And I make a point to you. Hey, get them Isaiah 14 for the book. Somebody give us see it. Yeah.
It's back in Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged.
Yeah, because the dead is going to be judged for what? Being joint heirs with Esau. Those dogs that came over licking the wounds benefit off the curses.
They don't have that breath.
That's right. And that's what makes them dead. You're not civilized.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, starting at verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the size of the pit.
Right, and hell is talking about what? A condition, a low condition. Okay, you going from joint heirs with Esau to servants in the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble,
Esau.
that did shake kingdoms?
Esau. Hey, also according to Jeremiah, what Esau's name was, he's also identified as the hammer of the earth, a devastator that shakes the kingdoms.
And one way he did that is dropping them bombs over there in
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Right.
Those atomic bombs.
Yeah, gun.
Yeah, it did shake us. How else can you shake a kingdom?
Right.
Right.
Everybody was like concerned after that, all across the globe, like shit.
That's right.
What we gonna do?
You know? And that has never happened in human history. So that's another way you shook them, like you traumatized them, man. You know, you physically shook them, but you really traumatized them like shit. That's why they made a movie 50 years later called The Hills Have Eyes. Aftermath of the atomic bombs, man.
Yeah.
Are you here, bro?
They finished that Revelation.
Oh, okay.
It's Revelation 11 and 18, finishing off, and it says, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great.
That's going into starting with the 144,000, man. Okay, trickling down to Israelite men, women, and children.
It says, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Esau.
Because like I said, the earth has regenerative measures, or regenerative systems within itself. That's how your body will create new cells. You don't command it to create new cells.
Right.
It's going to create new skin cells. All right. So the earth has an ecosystem. Eco means house. So the earth has a house system. Decomposers, they're like buzzards. It's really a beautiful thing. The maintenance workers of the earth, buzzards, unclean birds, scavengers of the sea. They really have a beautiful purpose, because without the unclean animals, the earth won't be beautiful. So the earth has a system to make it beautiful, to keep it pure.
the robots that them little carpet cleaners that go all around the house.
Yeah.
Esau got.
Yeah.
That's what those animals do.
Yeah.
You know?
Automatic.
Yeah, they just go to where it's at. They got the little AI lawnmowers now.
Yeah.
Esau, like we say, Esau push artificial intelligence, but really it's natural intelligence.
Yeah.
That's how the earth's supposed to be ran off natural intelligence, man. Even when you go to like in the you know how they show like medieval times, they'll show somebody sending a pigeon. And people like, damn, like how did the pigeon come back? But all the pigeon do is home itself. So let's say you go on a trip and you take some pigeons from where you from, you bring them with you. So if you want to take a message back home, put it to the pigeon, and the pigeon will automatically home itself back home. So if you go away on a business trip, you take the pigeon from your house, they know, they got a program where you live like a GPS. So no matter where you go on the earth, that pigeon gonna home itself. So once you put that letter on it, it home itself. So that's why you see them traveling, they'll have pigeons with them, because their pigeon already home itself. Now, Hollywood romanticized it with ravens, but it was really pigeons, but they romanticized it with ravens, but it's pigeons that do that.
So the final sequel to the Planet of the Apes, they had pigeons. If I'm not mistaken, right?
The last one came out.
The last one came out. But they were stealing. Their whole thing was taking like pigeon birds as eggs.
Yeah.
And they started them out as babies.
Little eagles.
Yeah. Was it eagles?
Yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected. But he got those bugs. Going back to the communication system, man. All right. So let's, hey man, the intelligence of the earth is beautiful, man. All right.
Just give it time to rest. That's
Yeah.
all you gotta do. Like the body, like you going fast, and when your it triggers like a natural process, like within like a 16-hour mark called autophagy. And when it does that, it discards all the unwanted waste, bacteria, the different viruses within your body. It does that naturally if you just give it time to rest. So how much more the earth? You know what I'm saying?
Because you made a point about not tilling the land, because the earth, Aratazah is a woman, right? So the Aratazah, your woman needs 7 days for you to not till it. She could cleanse herself out. So we had the land Shabbat, so the earth, that land can literally reset itself, all right, and let the minerals replenish in the soil. That's why you have rich vegetation. But ever since this man came to the Western Hemisphere, he hasn't kept the land Shabbat. That's why the food is weak. It has no minerals, it's low in minerals. I looked around an account, and I noticed that we're all generally around the same height. And we're all 6 feet or under. But the angel was telling Ezra 2,000 years ago that you're of a smaller stature than they were in the beginning. But how much more are we smaller now?
I think King David was like 9 feet tall. So Goliath had been anywhere from like 17, 18 feet.
Yep.
Saul was even taller than you.
Because King Saul was the tallest man in Israel.
Hey, through the spirit, I can always bring it out, man, is how coming up as a youngster, man, in the country, you can walk through the forest, man, through the woods, however you want to put it, find apple trees, plum trees. You can find peach trees. You can find muscadines, you know what I'm saying? Pear trees. You can get pecan trees. The list goes on and on, man. Because, back in, like I say, when I was coming late 80s, early 90s, the earth was still being plentiful, I guess you could say. Fruits were still being bared, man. But now, with the chemtrails, the constant drilling and tilling of the earth, man. Monsanto, constantly cutting down trees. I mean, it's not bearing fruit no more, man. The earth is pretty much dying, man.
And then we live in a fast food economy. So in order to have a fast food economy, the earth has to go into slavery. Keisha has to go into slavery at McDonald's. They're working the hell out of everybody at these little fast food joints. Then the animals got to go into mass slaughter. So you got to mass raise animals and subjugate them to a method to get them out that facility as fast as possible. Steroids, antibiotics. They're basically on slave ships, like sardines, man.
And not to mention, out in the earth, how many millions of pounds of trash out there? Yep. And then they dig up, they got these wastelands where they dig up the earth, dump all kind of trash, chemicals, and everything, cover it up, and then build a soccer field for Issachar.
You know, y'all ever seen those Tyson 18-wheelers? Those chickens being the best?
Yep.
Man, that's like a horrible vision to see, man. You know what I'm saying? To see how, like, they had their counselors on them. And they, you know, it's like they know they're ready for the slaughter. They're getting prepared for their slaughter. You know?
As a matter of fact, get this scripture, the earth is quiet and is in rest. Because right now, we're not living in our natural state, man. Because like the fast food economy, you really got a fast clothing economy. Don't you know we're gonna wear the same style of clothing forever, man? Like you look at the Eastern apparel, they dress the same way they dressed 1,000 years ago. But every fucking 5 years, the fast changing here. But even with the clothing, I was watching a documentary. The designers are basically in slavery. Even when it comes to Hollywood, the writers are in slavery. To make so many shows on these live streams, on these different streaming networks, writers are like, they're getting look squeezed out of them on a creative level. Their creativity is getting squeezed out of them like the way you squeeze milk out of a cow. That's why they went like a writer's strike, man. Writer's strike, man. Yeah, kind of. You know?
I got you right here.
That's what I'm saying. That's why their creativity sucks nowadays.
Yeah, it's forced.
Yeah, they try to go back to like the old movies back in the 70s and 80s, try to renew it, you know?
Can't do it. The ones of music have been brought up.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
The main reason why, because the thermonuclear missiles hit America. But the byproduct of the thermonuclear missiles hitting America, it destroyed the systems that came out of America. Those different industries, those fast food industries, man. Or those the import-export industry. For example, in order to eat, say, M&Ms, well, you're really supporting child slavery because they have the children out there in South America picking cacao beans, man. They're basically doing it for free. In Africa, same thing. So in order to get mass convenience in one side of the world, the other side of the world has to go in slavery, man. Because like I said, the whole earth is subject to these capitalistic methods to get products on the shelf ASAP. Truck drivers, they get drunk while they driving and fucking run into a tree and die because they're driving all throughout America getting products on and off the shelf. You see? All right. So the earth is in quiet and is in rest. We're going to go back to a slow economy. See, corporations are not supposed to be in control of your food supply. That's not the way of the earth. All right. And back in the old country, we had farmers markets at the marketplace. You look at certain markets out there in Turkey, nah, it was a whole marketplace, man. And you sold your product at the marketplace. That's why you see signs in the suburbs that say support local business. Because they really want corporations outside of that.
And it shows you the farmer's market, man.
That's right.
You have certain people that bring in watermelons. Yep. You know, some bring in greens, apples. You know, whatever they farm on their property, man. They bring it to the farmer's market. They give you a selection. That's your grocery store. You go to the grocery store, you got all varieties of different things you can purchase. The farmer's market, you know what I'm saying? Like in ancient days, you had the fishers that go catch their fishes and bring them back. You know what I'm saying? You get there, you got people who was raising cattle, they got your beef, you know, and so on and so forth. The butcher's market.
That's within the farmers market.
It was to be basically cooking, eating that day.
Right.
You know, it was to prepare for that day, man. It wasn't none of that shit sitting on it. When it took a damn boat ride, then it took a truck ride, then to sit in the grocery store for a while, then it hit the shelf, be up there 7-8 days.
You got a diet peak.
Yeah, now you got dying shit, 800 grams of sodium to make it preserve it. It's like death coming for you, man, and just sitting on the shelf for you to pretty much shoot yourself, man.
Now you wonder why your heart is beating all crazy.
Right, head thumping.
Head thumping, man. You got a scripture, bro? All right, you got it, bro.
It's back in Isaiah 24, verse 5 in NLT. The earth suffers for the sins of his people.
Hey, going back to the inflammation within the earth. And earth is going through an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune, yeah, say it again.
Like a chronic disease.
Yeah, because like an autoimmune disease is when really your body's fighting itself to get rid of the disease. So the earth almost has to self-destruct to balance itself back out under this man's rulership, man. And you ever see the sequel to the movie Avatar? And they were showing you how they was hunting those whales, man. But in the 1800s, they were really hunting whales so much that it plummeted. The population's plummeted, man.
With that blubber, right?
Yeah, they was getting. I forgot what it was, bro. It was an expensive particle in everything. For lack of better words, man. But you do that. You do that with every fucking creature, and you use the same tactic. You demonize each species to make it a predator, to justify hunting it, to get a valuable piece from it. All right. You got a little mind.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15.
Yeah, blubber used for flammable oil.
But then you arrest Michael Vick to fight 2 pit bulls, man. But this nigga really be taking pictures of like all type of animals that he killed. You kill acres and acres of animals, then take pictures next to it.
And
man.
don't even eat them.
Don't even eat it.
Don't eat. So what was the difference between you and Vic?
Our brother, the so-called Native Americans, they understood that once you killed that buffalo,
That's right.
you got to use every part of that
Everything,
buffalo,
that's
man.
right.
It got to be your meat, your
Right.
shelter.
The skin
your-
was used for like clothing,
Yeah.
TP.
Yeah, they-
instrument.
That's right. Yeah.
tools,
Or tools.
or like you said, instruments. So, nah, but you, man, you in the way, man.
Right. Going back to what the priest brought out initially or earlier, Psalms the 50th chapter, how you cast the word of the Most High behind your back. Because if you exercise the laws, statutes, and commandments, hey, the earth would not be in this condition.
Hey, even going back to the farmer's market, man, if you understand the farmer's market according to the scriptures, you will understand that these grocery stores are so demonic because 95% of the products in the grocery store did not come from the planet Earth. They came from a plant, a laboratory,
Labs.
and that's why it's in a box with ingredients. That's demon time, man. Your body doesn't know what to do with that lab stuff. And half of the food is in a fast food restaurant is now lab meat.
And that's why you got cancer.
That's why you got cancer, nigga. Because you're not eating living foods, man.
This is not medical advice.
This is not medical advice, man. We eat it. This is not medical advice.
It's true. So back in Isaiah 24:5 NLT, the earth suffers for the sins of his people,
Chronic pain, like you said.
for they have twisted the Most High's instructions, violated his laws, and broken his everlasting covenant.
But when we first moved into the neighborhood we moved into 20 years ago, man, we had like a perilous fruit tree, like a blueberry bush. We had a banana plant. It had bananas in it. There was a banana plant. Hey, it was pretty back there. Man, 10 years later, it's the fucking graveyard, man. Like, I experienced like something becoming a victim of the curses. You drive through certain parts of Jackson, like South Jackson, it feels dead. There's no life in that thing. At least in West Jackson, in my mind, it had like a little soul to it.
Vibrant.
It had a little vibrancy, but South Jackson is just dead, man. Huh? It's darker in South Jackson, man. And you'll be driving at night, this big ass owl sitting on the power line. It is very ominous, man. But now it's nothing but little demons in South Jackson, little Travantes, man. 19, 20, 17. Y'all remember that little game they called Wood 2 and 500? In South Jackson, they had the little set games called Wood 2 and 500. But 20 years later, their sons growing up killing each other, man. Over some bullshit. All right?
Verse 6, therefore a curse consumes the earth. Its people must pay the price for their sin.
Hey, but Esau, you're that curse that's accelerating the death of the earth. Because the earth was already in a slow decay for the transgression of Adam, all right, until now. But when you came into power, you accelerated that death, man. So part of you not having melanin is a representation of you being cursed. But when the Most High put you in power, that curse fucking put the earth in demon time, for lack of a better word. It was a plague. All right.
Proverbs 3:33, the curse of Yahawah is in the house of the wicked,
Yep.
but he blessed the habitation of the just.
And can somebody get that in Genesis 4:15? I will put a mark on your head. You'll be accreted to. And since you said you're contagious, he's contagious. Sirach 10, the physician healed a long disease. 500 years of the rulership, you were that long disease, man. I really going back to the mid 1300s. And the Spirit is calling for scriptures to come out, man. All right? That's why it says in Revelation, man, you was put away for 1,000 years. That's from 325 AD to around the mid-1300s AD. And that was the beginning of you coming back out of what? Grenada, Spain. All right? And it led to ultimately the rebirth, the Renaissance. All right? So we're talking around the 1400s, man. All right? And this is when you start to get the one-up off the so-called Moors, man. Come on, man. That's why you have a very blurry retrospect when it comes to what happened during the Dark Ages, man. But it's a reason, but I'm not going to keep talking. Just let me know when you got it. 4:15.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4. Can I start at 14?
Yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, starting at 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
A fugitive, that's a runaway criminal, man. So, but you're a runaway criminal, but what does a fugitive do when you're on the run? Like when you catch certain fugitives, sometimes Esau will catch them, and he'll be dressed up as another gender. He'll disguise himself. So he won't be seen. So how did he disguise himself? But he disguised himself under the guise of a so-called white man. I'm blankish. I'm big nose, I'm sideburn, I'm small head. So you're running under the identity of another nation of people, man.
They're trying to kill out what we really is.
Yeah.
That's right. Then it said a vagabond is a traveler. Now, let's tell about your nature as a king in this earth is that you dwell not in your own home. All right? Because you're a traveling dagger. All right? Hit your military bases and your strongholds in these different countries, man. These garrisons the wild.
All right, so international crime family, the main one, the Rothschilds, what they was known as first, the Bowers, which goes to what peasants. So they changed their names or their identity to the Rothschilds, which goes back to what Red Shield, you know, goes back who's the Crimson, the red man of the earth, you know.
Because the shield's supposed to protect what their fathers as their agent.
And it's showing you that you're a peasant, you're a lowlife. Because in that context, you're really ignoble.
Right.
Like the Israelite man, even when he was under different kingdoms like the Moorish Empire, he still has some type of dignity about him. But compared to Esau, you were like noble, and you were that peasant, you were that lowlife. Our forefather Job said, man, get the fuck away from my dogs.
Right.
You know? Because you have a low-life nature, man.
And also, what's the name of that cat? Arthur Kessler.
Yeah.
And basically, he wrote that book. It was called 13 Tribes. And basically, what he wrote was actually what Job prophesied. How basically these people were base and defiled. How their clothes were so fucking thin and shit like that you know, you could actually see through.
And that's why, but what did he do? He made being a peasant and a low life, because peasant really just means poor. But he made being a low life great. So now the degeneracy is, and the scripture says folly is set in great dignity. But it says the rich sit in a low place. So now being that deviant, being that fugitive, being a low life, that's popping.
If I could just add, and then that cat, Mr. Arthur, basically the basics of the book was about like, look, if Esau is a so-called Israelite, it would have to be 13 tribes.
Yeah.
That's the synopsis of that book.
Which is really he's being facetious.
Right.
Yeah, it's really being like it must be 13.
It has to be 13 tribes.
What they said, it must be 2 Atlantas.
Goddamn, it must be two sides.
Must be 2 sides. Yeah.
Heard from the west side.
Must be 2 sides.
Goddamn.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one, man. Must be 13 tribes.
13?
Yeah.
I got a quick one. You got something, Squad?
Oh, it was
Oh,
some
my
old.
bad, bro.
Starting back at the top of Genesis chapter 4, verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day, and from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a
So
fugitive.
from this moment on, he was what? He was profane. He was outside the temple, outside of his knowledge. See, you can't receive the Holy Spirit like an Israelite man. Although the Spirit hops on him from time to time in his nature, but at the same time, when it comes to the presence of the Most High, you have to be an Israelite.
Hey, like you remember those movies back in the 90s, person on a run, and so they go to like a gas station out in the boondocks somewhere. They see their face on the damn TV. They try to disguise themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's how Esau does himself with these different nations. Now he's the Egyptians.
Right.
You know, so now he's Israelites,
Israelites.
the Babylonians,
Japheth.
Japheth. You know?
With the movie, so like Harrison Ford, Fugitive. You know, that's all he was doing the whole time is running, trying to blend in. He cut his beard off. He did all these different things trying to hide because they were looking for him, man.
And if I could just add one more point, then he talks about how he would be away from the presence of the Lord. Think about the book of Eli. Here you had the scriptures, but you couldn't understand it. That's the reason why it was written in Braille, meaning what spiritually you couldn't understand.
But you might say at the end, I gotta have my hands on that book.
Yeah.
You know?
Esau, through his rulership, controlled your frame of reference.
Right.
Because our mind works in pictures. But he painted the pictures of our mind of who he is. You go into the history books, he was the Egyptian, he was the Babylonian, he was the Assyrian. He was every time you read a Bible book with illustrations, everybody's Edomites. All the nations are Edomites.
He whitewashed everything.
So he controlled the pictures in your mind, which means he controls your reality.
Which means he controlled the narrative.
He controlled the narrative. So the fugitive, he's able to hide himself through the pictures that he painted in your mind.
First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
And that was the first iconoclasm.
Right.
There's no new thing under the sun. So he painted himself as the Most High. He painted himself as the Messiah. He painted himself as the angels. But those were the original pictures of the Most High that was introduced to most of our mind.
King James.
Yeah.
So if this world went on another 400 or 500 years, what called to be so-called white? Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather.
Through his AI.
Yeah, through his AI.
That's why the 2/3 of our people, they got tattoos of Christmas rappers on them. Eve in her psyche believes he's the Most High.
Right.
That's why Eve looks down on you, because if he's the Most High, then who the hell are you? You know? So, go ahead, bro.
And the Most High always, you know what I'm saying, shit on E in a sense because, like brothers bringing out, you know, he always whitewashing, he everybody but Esau. Even during the time when Moses was delivering the children of Israel out of Egypt, you know. But we know when you go to the scriptures, Deuteronomy 28th chapter, it said that we will be taken, you know, away from Egypt to Egypt again with ships. But you don't see no movies of Esau being transported by the masses in cargo slave ships. You know, so that shows that through the spirit of God, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, who those people truly are, man. Because how you gonna be able to be a bunch of Edomites in captivity in Egypt, but when it's showing the transatlantic slave trade, movies particularly bring out that, it's always Jake coming over. It's always Jake on Ashtabah. You know, and what the Lord said, you will be sold for bond men and bond women. You don't see Esau on no auction block. You know what I'm saying? So even though he'll paint that picture that they was in captivity, the Lord still do the spin and show you who truly was by the movies they make by coming over here, man.
So you said Goodbye, Uncle Tom. What's the other one? Amistad.
Now, so soon you do a Google search on Younger Iron, you see a so-called black man.
All day,
You know?
all day. You don't see no small head. Nah.
Yeah.
Make some jingles.
Niggas celebrate that shit nowadays.
You still celebrate it, man. Niggas like 50. All right.
Hey, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
It is to say, hey, the spirit of his mouth is a psych ward. Because the psychological war was, in part, was this man controlling your frame of reference. Hey, Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. So we grew up thinking, the judge means prophets, by the way. We grew up thinking the prophets were so-called white people. The heroes were so-called white people. The black man was basically a heathen. He got civilized through Esau's religion. So we became a somebody by converted to his way. So that's a psychological war on the Israelite man's self-esteem. So when I would consume him with the spirit of my mouth, he's changing the frame of reference. He's destroying your frame of reference of who the Most High is, who the Messiah is, who the so-called white man is. It's a stronghold. So it's a psychological war. That's why we can't use guns. That's his strength. But this psychological war, this is of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi.
It's so true, because when we came to this truth, like, it took a while. Like, when you prayed, you know, you still had that image of so-called white Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the apostles always push Yahawashi. Because if you say Jesus or Christ, that nigga gonna pop back up. When you say Yahawashi, you gonna pop up. The image of this brother gonna pop up. Yep.
Just back to Elder's point, you do a Google search and type in Jesus, you see the so-called white man.
Yep.
You type in Yahawashi, you see the so-called black man with white woolly hair.
Yep. We gotta heal.
And then just the spirit of the mouth, that's the emphasis. 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak you in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in your mouth, saith the Lord.
Yep. Words of prophecy that I will put in your mouth, man. Right. Because the Most High, spirit of his mouth, hey, it's like you get a flame and you torture something. But the Most High's torches, the icons are in our minds. He's torturing those pictures in our minds that Esau painted, man. Esau controlled our minds, man, through iconoclasm. What was the purpose of the media? The media has what? Moving pictures. It's the pictures. All right? That's why if it was really boring, man, if it was boring, I hate to even say when. Hey, because the baby boomers thought that the guys were the bad guys and the cowboys were the good guys. Because of what? The images on TV.
If I can just make a point, this is Revelation 1:1. The revelation of Yahawashi Mashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. And I want to focus on Revelation because what Yahawashi saying, I come in the volume of the book. So really, you can also say that this truth is what the revelation of this truth, or the revelation of Yahawashi. Now, when you go into that term revelation, according to the Greek, it goes into laying bare, making naked, a disclosure of truth, instruction, use, or a manifestation or appearance. So we're telling you the truth. We're laying bare the scriptures. We're letting you know, like, look, according to the scriptures, hey, Yahawashi was a dark-skinned man. The prophets come from the 12 tribes of Israel. They don't look like the images Esau has been broadcasting on his media or his commercials and so on and so forth.
Yeah. It's Obadiah 1:6. How are the things for Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sold up?
It's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, man. And that's the reason why we understand and know what we know via the Spirit. And that's what he doesn't understand. Like, how in the hell did they receive this information beginning with our spiritual forefathers? So he understands that it has to be a higher being, higher deities working with us. And that's what makes the top bankers believe. Like, they know what we're saying is true. They're just trying to offset everything, man.
That's why this truth is a weapon.
Yeah, it is.
Elder Apostle Bowers bring that story out from time to time.
Yeah.
It was out there on 34th and 7th.
Limousine pulled up.
Long limousine pulled up and asked, like, how do y'all get this information? And we spent billions of dollars, you know, to keep this away from you all.
Yeah.
Because another thing that's happening, part of the prison, all right, because there's a scripture that said in Isaiah, how the captive exile waiting to be loosed from the pit. Can I get them about the shot? Because part of that pit is our perception of ourselves. The pit is America. But part of that pit is your own perception of yourself. Because through Esau's educational system, through his influence, through his media, he's forged an identity that you're supposed to adopt of yourself.
Ain't nothing but what fucking MKO.
MKO.
That's all it was. He beat your confidence, your esteem, the law, statutes, and commandments out of you. He broke your personality down, and then he reframed your mindset utilizing his doctrine.
Because if you look at all the images of who you were from the time you came to America to now, for one, it was forged by Esau Edom.
Yeah.
But the first image was really us being animals
Right.
in slavery.
That's right.
Then they had those minstrel shows. We had the big eyes and the big lips eating watermelon.
right.
That was a psychological war. And then what was the next image? After MLK and all that, black culture.
Right.
So now it's like another form of a minstrel show. His being bamboozled. Plies was the image. Tupac was the image.
Right.
Superfly was the image.
Right.
So our only frame of reference of ourselves were sinners, wicked men. And Eve, the woman, her frame of reference of herself was a scantily appearance woman. All right? So there's another psychological attack.
But meanwhile, they want to be you. Because those so-called Jewish women, what they do, they'll shave their heads to so-called fulfill the prophecy of the Isaiah the 3rd chapter, of how the Most High was going to smite the crown or baldness to the southern kingdom women, man. So they want to be you, but meanwhile, they making us be them.
Yep.
That shit crazy.
And the modern minstrel show is what? Wilding out.
Yeah.
Like they kidding, you know? I ain't never know.
And also, yeah, that too. Also, this black culture. Yeah, the feminine. Hey, come on, man.
And black means what? Order of life, death, culture. Culture goes into cultivate, right? To develop in darkness, to develop in blackness,
So
to develop in sin. Ultimately, sin,
Yeah.
death.
You got a quick definition. It's going just basically Stockholm syndrome, and it says feeling of trust or affection felt in many cases of kidnapping or hostage taking by a victim towards a captor.
because you're still in love with Trump. So we understand that Trump is a better puppet than a Kamala, but they're both puppets. But it's Stockholm because Trump's not an Israelite.
Right.
It tells you when you just select the king, he has to be of your brethren.
Deuteronomy 17.
But part of their psychological war, you don't think an Israelite man is worthy of ruling over you.
Right.
You want an Edomite to rule over you. Because a byproduct of slavery is believing that Esau was a qualified ruler. You can't fathom Jake face on an actual occurrence. You can't fathom Jake actually running anything, man. All right? Unless he's educated by the so-called white man.
Like the boule goes into what the origin of chosen ones. And who are they chosen by?
Esau.
Esau. Esau. So in order to thrive in this so-called society, you have to sell out. You have to sell yourself.
And you see that nigga Charleston White, how he promoted once Trump so-called won the selection. You know, yeah, we need a white man to get this country back together. We gotta have a white man. Ain't nobody gonna get this right other than what do you say, a God, a Jesus-fearing white man or some shit like that. You know, but that's just that nigga. He stuck in Stockholm syndrome because he mean that shit. You know, he really mean that shit, man.
A lot of Jake Republicans feel that way. That the white man got the best rulership. So-called white, like can't nobody run the earth like the so-called white man. You know?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 16. And it reads, for the leaders of this people causes them to err.
Yeah, all of our leaders, Charles White is a leader, especially like the Washington guy, all right, but he's not telling our people who we are. You know, Kevin Samuels didn't tell our people who we were, all right? But the Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Oprah Winfrey, LeBron James, Lil Wayne's, Jay-Z's, and even a lot of Israelite leaders, you sold out. So you don't even give our people the full Song of Moses. You get them the Walmart version. You know, when you ever bought an album from Walmart back in the day, you couldn't use no vulgarity. They blocked off all the curse words. I want to hear that unfiltered stuff, man. So even a lot of you Israelite leaders have caused our people to err, man. You cause them to take the jab. You know, you omit adultery to vote. You walk around with horses. All right.
And they that are led of them are destroyed.
Right, because basically they promote a lifestyle of sin. And the wages of sin is with death. Right? It has nothing, this system has nothing to do with Yahawah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And our people have been seduced into having no inkling of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi.
Right.
The reason why our people are so twisted right now because they have no relic of Yahweh, no fear of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Like our granddad's generation, it was certain things they knew not to do because they know that's not natural, that's not of quote unquote God. They knew that they had a zeal. They knew that the alphabet gang was wrong. I believe a lot of them probably did commit adultery. You know, it was certain things that our people didn't do because they know that wasn't of the Most High. You know, but now, it's about changing your gender, changing your hormones.
It's like our Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones y'all bringing out, the Jay-Z's, the Oprahs, all these ones who are on this, like, you know, high status. They are today's taskmasters, man, on the plantation. You know, and they're telling, you know, our people what to do through their music, through they lives and shit, you know what I'm saying? Encouraging them. Like Oprah telling people what, Jake, if you don't vote, this is gonna be your last whatever. Who gives a shit? Like the brother brought out, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is our lawgiver, man. We don't supposed to be voting and putting nobody in office, man. Our president or leader is Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man.
And you think about this, and it made the Most High upset when Israel wanted the king.
Right.
You remember how upset he got?
Right.
And what he tells Samuel, look, you rejected, no, they rejected me. Don't be upset, they rejected me.
Right.
But then over a process of time, still our leader supposed to come from what? The house of Israel.
Right.
And mainly Judah. Right? And that's why when Yahawashi returns, he's going to restore everything. But you niggas want to, hey, somebody get Isaiah 31.
Because before we had those leaders, all right, we had Levite priests. When you go into the laws, there were systems to govern our people.
That's right, that's right.
So we had judges put in place.
Yeah.
We had Levites put in place. We had the priests put in place, man.
Yeah.
They would judge you out the law.
That's right.
But we was looking at the heathen.
Right.
Now, it says, follow not a multitude to do evil. Voting is following a multitude to do evil, man. You know?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children.
And destruction to the rebellious children. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But what makes you rebellious because you won't come back to your true identity, right? You continue to go to and fro, passing these camps, passing these videos and things of that nature. But then you say, I love God. So my question, who is your God? Which one?
And we're seeing it right now by this so-called voting.
Yeah.
So we go to the word vote, it goes into violence. So you showing your pledge of allegiance to what Esau Edom.
That's it.
And we're like backing up what you said earlier, like these sub-outs of our people, like the Jay-Z's and all them, they are modern day Boulay. Once you go to the word Boulay, it goes into like advisors to the king. Who's the king? Esau Edom. What did our people say to Yahawashi? We have no king but what?
Caesar. That's it.
Those some same spirits coming back in the process called reincarnation.
You them same niggas.
Trump would die.
Trump would die.
Bro, I'm going to read Isaiah 31 in the NET. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 in NET. The rebellious children are as good as dead.
Right, you spiritually dead. And by you being spiritually dead, it's going to ultimately end to what? Your physical death. Everything starts in the spirit, man. Go ahead, bro.
Saying the Lord Yahawah, those who make plans without consulting me.
Right, so what you do is your plan was to put Trump back in office or to put Harris in office. Meanwhile, you haven't consulted with the Most High household visiting these camps. Go ahead.
Who form alliances without consulting my
That's what you're doing.
spirit.
Your main alliances is what? Going to these Democrat parties, going to these Republican parties, right? Anything that is outside of the law, statutes, and commandments, you are with it. America would never be great again, right? It's on the downhill.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
And thereby compound their sins.
You compound your sins, meaning what? You add sin to sin. That's what you're doing. When you compound, have you ever heard that term, compound interest? When you're adding, adding more interest on top of it.
Pound for
So
pound.
pound for pound. So that's what you're doing from a spiritual sense. When you believe in black culture, westernization, so-called Christianity, okay, you're adding sin to sin. Go ahead. And
Verse
you don't
2.
even know it. You don't even know
And
it.
it's like, if I may say
Yeah,
this,
go ahead, bro.
it's as though you're a computer. And and everything you named was a different software program. So black culture is a software program.
That's right.
We have installed feminism is a software program we have installed. Westernization is a software program installed. So this truth actually uninstall those software programs.
That's right.
But Jake won't get reprogrammed.
That's right.
Because what does program mean? To write for.
Right.
So we got to get rewritten. Because law, as you said, I put my laws into your mind.
You can spirit of precinct or stir up your pure minds. And quickly, thank you.
This King David, prophesying about 2/3 of our people. This Psalm 69 and 27 NLT, pile their sins up high and don't let them.
Add sin to sin, and guess what? King David was a king, he was a prophet, and guess what? He cursed 2/3 of our people. This is a curse. So you can curse wicked as Israelites. Go ahead, bro.
So it says, pile their sins up high and don't let them go free.
Meaning what? So her reincarnation, especially this last reincarnation, do not allow them to come into this truth. Because this is how you get free prior to Yahawashi coming. This is how you get redeemed first in the spirit, and then Lord will, we the elect, hopefully we're saved from a physical manifestation, but ultimately it starts with the acceptance and the understanding of this truth.
Verse 28, erase their names from the book of life.
Right, erase their names from the book of life, meaning what? Don't save them.
You're all going to die.
You're all gonna die. That's what that means. Because hey, the names in the book of life is what? The elect. That's the names of in the book of life. It's the elect. And guess what? King David prayed for you to be the non-elect.
That's a fulfillment of Daniel the 12th chapter, some to everlasting shame, some to everlasting contempt. That's 2/3 of our people coming into the process of reincarnation back into the kingdom under the lords of the elect. They're gonna come in as a lower status. They're gonna be good, but it's gonna be a separation of classes between the ones that make it on this side, the ones of our people that died on this side, and when get that vibration to Esau.
And then just to add to it, there's gonna be a time frame you're gonna remember in the kingdom what you did over here. And that's why your head gonna be down for a process of time, not forever, but a moment of time. You're gonna realize what you did.
Right. Yep. So it said, 28. Erase their names from the book of life. Don't let them be counted among the righteous.
Hey, so King David, and guess what? Even in the New Testament, what did the Most High say that King David was a man after his heart? So that spirit that King David prayed on you came from the Most High, right? He's in the spirit of the Most High. He said King David was a man after my mind. So the Most High gave him the spirit to curse you niggas, man.
And brother, it says, brother scripture I said, don't let them be in the number of his righteous. That's what gun. And that we know a number of the elect is 144. And then we know that that large multitude of men, women, and children that the Lord gonna have mercy upon is the 1/3, man. So if brothers bring it all the time how the Lord deal with numbers, man. And that scripture alone states that the Lord has a particular number of Israelites that's gonna be saved, man. Hey, I got this back in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2, in the NET. They traveled down to Egypt without seeking my will, seeking Pharaoh's protection.
Leaving an American dream, right? Voting. Your main thing right now was voting. Okay, and that's how you're attempting to receive protection from Pharaoh. Go ahead.
And looking for safety in Egypt,
Right,
protective
because,
shade.
You're carnal now. You have a carnal spirit on you. So that's the reason why you believe in this system, which, shows you years and years and years and years there's a fucking hoax.
Right.
Okay? It's make believe. You are voting for people they gave you.
Because the last, decade, 20 years, it's been Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican.
And all of them push the agenda of the elites. Okay, I think what who was that? Carmilla Harris, her slogan, moving forward. Forward to what? The New World Order. Somebody else said what? Building back better. Was that Biden?
Biden.
Way to going towards the New World Order.
Prior
Right?
to that, it was Make America Great Again.
Make America great again.
And Barack shit, Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Towards the agenda of the new world order.
Yeah, it's like saying we're gonna build Babel again.
That's right.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
And also in Obama's his so-called presidential selection speech, he said within it, out of many we are one.
Right.
That's the NWO speech.
So it's a
saying
Nimrod.
some shit like
Yeah,
that.
did Barack say time for a change? Was that Barack? We said
Yeah,
time for a
yes,
change.
yeah.
Those are the first one. Time for a change, man.
Did you have something?
Oh, I had a
Keep going.
little more now. Verse 3. But Pharaoh protection will bring you nothing but shame.
And that's what it's going to do. Because Pharaoh's protection is going to lead you into what? Revelation 13 and 16. Okay? Because this system is going into, or slowly converting into a digital system. Hell, Bitcoin done hot back up to 80-some thousand now. 89 now. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And the safety of Egypt's protection shade nothing but humiliation.
Right, and that's what's going to happen. You will be humiliated for putting your trust in man and instead of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
It says the second Ezra 9th chapter, they're gonna be in pitiful cases.
Yeah,
You're counting on the stock market bouncing back, Bitcoin, like you said.
Mhm.
All that shit about to go ready to collapse, man. So it's gonna be a controlled demolition.
And these people so naive and stupid, man. They listen to Trump talking about, he's gonna deport all these illegals and shit. Only thing these people in society thinking that this money that the Biden administration been giving these illegal aliens, that they finna receive that, man. And they not finna
That's
get
it.
that shit, man.
That's it.
You can't get these people out of here.
That's it.
They can't even get squatters out their houses in California, you know what I'm saying? So how you gonna deport how many thousands of these illegal aliens that came over here, man?
There's so many of them, man.
And we all know through the spirit, most of them are fucking sleeper cells, man.
Right.
They waiting for that get up and go. That's when this devil finna start coming down with that great wrath, man. These sleeper cells gonna get these green lights. These militias, man, they finna come down on these people, man. And it's gonna start with you Israelites, man.
Yeah. Revelation 13 and 11. You got that all? Yeah.
This Romans 11 and 10. I'm sorry, verse 9. And David said, let their table be made a snare.
Right in the Old Testament. Now this table is what? The truth. A snare is a trap. Meaning what? Every chosen. Hey, might as well get Mark 16, showing the signs and things like that. Hey, read that again.
Romans 11 and 9. And David said, let their table be made a snare.
Right, so you have the non-elect that will never receive this word in this last reincarnation. Right? So he placed a curse on them. Go ahead.
In a trap.
And a trap, meaning every time you look into the Bible, you get entangled in the doctrine. Cobwebs. You don't understand. You can't spiritually see it. Go ahead.
In a stumbling block.
Right.
And a recompense unto them.
Right.
That their eyes be darkened.
You mean in your mind, your spiritual mind. Go ahead.
That they may see.
Right.
It's like they may not see.
Right. Because if you see, then you can get converted if you're predestined. But King David said, no, fuck that. As soon as they open it up, give them no mercy. Do not allow them to get it.
So you got the divine curse of King David on our people, Jeremiah, and what? Yahawashi. What how people tell Yahawashi? Let his blood be on us and our children. So it's still on our people in today's time, man. And it says, and bow down their back always.
Meaning what? Every reincarnation, up until the last reincarnation, which is this reincarnation, you would never understand this truth. That's why when a brother tells you the complexion of Yahawashi, you say in return it doesn't matter. Or he died for the nation of Israel, it doesn't matter. Because he gave you that mindset not to believe. And that's how close King David was with Yahweh. For him to give him that spirit, but then you have a nigga get emotional and say, you can't curse people. Yes, the fuck you can. Give Revelation 13 and 11.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Right, this beast is a kingdom, referring to America now. Okay, this is the last beast that Esau is going to utilize to run the earth. Go ahead.
And he had two horns like a lamb.
And that's what I want to focus on, because these two horns is actually going into the Democrats and the Republicans. Now, like a lamb, Meaning what? They make it seem like they're for the welfare of the American people, but behind the scenes, they do the bidding for the elites. President goes into what? First servants. First servant. And who are they? Who is he serving first? Right? The elites. They do the bid, all of them. Democrats, Republicans, they all do the bidding for the elite bankers. And that's what Kennedy said years ago. There's a secret society that runs this earth, and I plan to expose them. And that's why they killed him. And,
As long as you're a president over a corporation.
that's it. So America is that corporation. And I'm gonna tell you something. All them niggas, yes, that Democrats and the Republicans is not that deep. All of them do the bidding for Esau. Trump got back in office because he does the bidding. How the fuck you gonna have 35 felonies and they're white clean? And now he wasn't pushing Bitcoin at first. He's pushing Bitcoin, and now he's talking about a universal tracking system, man. But then you got cats talking about, well, Trump, no, Trump is bought and paid for.
Like dealing with Kamala Harris, she wasn't even no presidential nominee.
Right.
It's like she just came out of nowhere.
She came out like Barack
Yeah,
Obama.
it's a shit show.
Well, like surprise. Because back in the day, man, you had to really select the nominee. Select the nominee, man.
And it's the electoral votes. It's the electoral votes that dictate that, man. You have an illusion that your vote means or something.
And if you, so like, I mean, if you look at the history, man, you people understood Stockholm syndrome go hella deep because you people want to vote for Democrats, and Democrats the one who keep y'all niggas in hardcore slavery, man. You know what I'm saying? The North ones bring that corporate, but they end up winning, so that's why we get today in that captivity. But it's not that hardcore abundance on the plantation; it's hardcore abundance by the clock. You know? But that shows how fucked up you people are, man. Don't understand that the left or the right, man. You're what's it, Goya? You're slaves for the elite, man. You're doing nothing but benefiting the elites, man.
The Hegelian dialectic.
Yeah.
Where you control the left and the right.
Yeah.
It's just two sides of the same coin. That's all.
Right.
That's it. Two sides of the same.
And the scripture says Esau is a cunning hunter. He's very tactical, man. And what happens is, this man is operating on a strategy that goes above 2/3 heads, man.
Right.
He's moving off of a strategy.
And if you niggas still voting, y'all dead, man. You're gone.
Just think how the Most High feel. You see how people just into that vibration nowadays. Like,
Right.
now you see a woman still putting her faith in somebody else besides you. Now, just think how the Most High, that's provoking them to more anger, man. You know, some same spirits back in ancient Egypt. Like, these back here about their realm. It's Psalm 55 and 21 in NLT. His words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war.
Esau is a Democrat. Esau is a Republican.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, in his mind, he's doing the bidding of the elite bankers.
Right.
And you're going to see how draconian Trump is going to be this time for him. Right? Go ahead, bro.
It's the point. His words are as soothing as lotion.
Oh, yeah, what they tell you, they're going to tell you that, look, you're going to get money, we're going to prosper, they're going to do this. But at the end of the day, let's say, for example, if Aina put 50 million behind Trump, well, guess what? He's going to be indebted to Aina. These niggas are not donating for nothing. So basically, he serves the interests of the elite bankers and then to the people that actually put him in office with their funding. That's how this shit works, man.
And that's local authorities too, like the governor.
That's it.
If Republicans put your governor in office, who is he going to move in the interest of?
The
The
Republicans.
Republicans, man.
The Republicans.
That's confusing because even here with Mississippi, you have the so-called governor, he's Republican. But the mayor, Revere Jackson, the capital of Mississippi, he's Democrat.
That's right. That's
So
right.
that's confusing.
Yes.
This is what you should mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
The United States. This is youhavetheright.com, and it's titled "The Background Creation of the United States Corporation." It says at the end of the Civil War, Congress convened and passed what was called the United States Reorganization Act of 1871, also known as the Act to provide a municipal government for the District of Columbia. However, the government was different. It was structured as a foreign-owned corporation
That's it.
and called the United States.
America is a corporation. It's a business. It's a business. That's all it is.
It get deeper.
It ain't nothing but a fucking LLC. That's it. Go ahead, bro.
It says it even adopted the Republic Constitution, but changed only one word. They changed the word Constitution. They changed the word to Constitution for the United States. The corporation / Constitution of the United States. So the Constitution, they basically changed the word from corporation to Constitution.
See? That's how crafty this man is. Like you said, that Coney Island.
Yeah.
And what did Bush say about the Constitution? It's nothing. It's nothing but a piece of paper that you can wipe your ass with.
I got one. You got something?
That's what a hunter does. He traps you. He snares you. He traps you with the voting, man. Just the illusion that you could choose somebody, man. You still fall for it in 2024.
And then Jake gets so damn emotional. Well, what about our grandparents and things of that nature? They were idiots. But at least you have all this technology now. At least they didn't know. But y'all know. There's so much information out there. No excuses. There's no excuses.
This is back of the brother or not. And right here from discover.pub pages, it says, straw man, why is your name in all capital letters? Just get to the point. It says corporations are spelled with capital letters. It is right. Your name in all capital letters is a corporation setup.
So you're a corporation. You are a corporation. That's why your government name is all caps. And it's signed in blood, right?
That is right.
That's with the red ink.
So your name in all capital letters is a corporation set up for you by the United States Corporation. Another truth is that your federal government is a corporation.
That's it. That's it. And you receive a social security number based on a tracking device. And Colin Powell brought that up because he was like, I think he was comparing the United States with Russia, but he was like, basically, if a person has a social security number, it's a way of tracking them, man. They don't give a damn about your name. They want that from 4 digits.
It's one of those numbers they would track and see you and somehow,
Yeah.
you know.
I ain't been over so long. Hey, he's really one of the 2816.
Just to write up, man, going into the Emancipation Proclamation. It says President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January the 1st, 1863, as the nation approached its 3rd year of bloody civil war.
And at the end of the day, you went from being privately owned to corporate owned.
That's it.
Because hey, Abraham Lincoln, after this, what you call it?
Emancipation Proclamation.
Right, he still had slaves. He still had slaves. And really, they did that to hurt the South.
Yep.
That's what that was all about.
They wanted
They
in.
did that to hurt the South.
That was a transfer of service.
That's it.
Transfer of service, yeah. It was like women's liberation, transfer of service.
Yeah.
You know?
The proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious state are and henceforth shall be free. And that's bullshit. I mean, how are you free if you still constantly getting up working, you're paying taxes, you buying tags, you know? And then for you Israelites, the Lord said that no man shall buy you. So you telling me Abraham Lincoln set y'all free? Come on, man, we still out here slaving, man. Jake's still locked up in prison. That's far from being free, man. I mean, it's like the Lord got some hella blinders on people, man.
But it's part of that God complex. The Edomite saved you. The Edomite enslaved you, and the Edomite enslaved you. And you still believe in that good cop, bad cop thing, man.
Yeah.
But it always goes back to like you really depend on Esau, man.
Yeah.
He's really your savior. Abraham Lincoln freed us.
Back of El Shabbat, it says, this is going into the Social Security. It says the middle 2 digits of an SSN, or Social Security number, is called a group number, and are used to organize numbers into blocks of processing. The group number basically goes into like your geographic data, like black, white, what area you live in. The first 3 numbers goes into what part of the U.S. you live in, and everything like this broke all the way down. That's why he said they don't care about the last 4.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And me personally, just speaking as a man, I believe it's registering to vote and going out, filling out these ballots. I believe that's just like another part of the census, man. You know what I'm saying? Find out where you niggas at, man.
Who falling for?
Yeah, because you know what? I used to go to, get your
This is Joel 3:3. Somebody get Deuteronomy 26. and they have cast lots for my people, and has given a boy for an harlot.
Well, that's on Wikipedia. Oh my gosh, you can make the connection as to who the Israelites are.
Right.
You go to transatlantic slave trade on
Right.
Wikipedia, it'll tell you that they sold little slave girls for wrong, and little boys for prostitutes. So to that effect.
That's it.
It's on Wikipedia.
That's it.
So wait a minute, it talks about the Israelites here, but on Wikipedia it tells you it was talking about the transatlantic slave trade. The so-called Negro boys, Negro girl.
That's it.
All right?
Joel 3:3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Right, because on that transatlantic slave trade, man, it was a come up. It was a party, man. Like hey, they showed you that in the movie. Amistad. It might have been Goodbye Uncle Tom. Like he was like, man, I got a little band wish for you. It might be like a little 9-year-old girl, man. Then the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom, he had like a little 13-year-old coming to his bed. Y'all motherfuckers gonna get it, man.
It's in the NLTZ. They threw dice to decide which of my people would be their slaves.
Right, that's what it means to cast lot. It's like rolling a dice. All right?
They traded boys to obtain prostitutes, and sold girls for enough wine to get drunk.
Let's see if we can point it up in the Wikipedia, man, for a brother who doesn't have this. As a matter of fact, you seem to be the researcher right now. So, hey, Wikipedia, transatlantic slave trade, and it's quietly like you just kind of scan and see if you can pull up the ROM and the little girls and the prostitutes. If it doesn't come up, it's okay. All right, now who has something over here?
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord Yahawah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way wherefore I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Buy means to redeem. So Trump not gonna redeem you. Because look, in every president, somebody was getting hyped up. Barack Obama, Jake was getting hyped up. Trump, Jake getting hyped up, man. Biden, people was getting hyped up. Nobody redeemed you. You're still broken, man. You're still broken in this system, man. By the time you're between 30 and 50, man, you just start breaking down, man. Whether it's physically, emotionally, psychologically, mentally.
So really the auction blocks now is your employment.
Yep.
Is your employment.
And look, and you watching robots replace your ass now.
Man, what?
In 2024, they measuring duct tape out and measuring tape. They measuring shit. So they can replace your ass with a robot, man.
So all that blood, sweat, and tears you put into college,
Yep.
just to get it, wiped away by artificial intelligence.
AI, man.
See, that's what that shutdown was about. You know, which they extended or moved back to January. Because hey, these guys are looking like, okay, you put these robots and this technology, we're gonna lose our jobs.
Hey, if I could just make a point, because the corner said how they getting all, you know what I'm saying, hyped up, you know what I'm saying, for these different presidential selections, man. But Lord has sent forth his prophets, man, to tell our people about the return of Yahawah, the salvation, everlasting kingdom, man, eternal life. They not getting hyped about that, man. How you not getting hyped about eternity, immortality, but you getting hyped about an Edomite telling you he just been around some people, ship him out, man? It's retarded, man.
Let's go, bro.
It's Hebrews 13 and 14. For here we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come.
Right, because this place is not going to continue on, man. This place has a expiration date. Okay, it had, the clock is ticking where this place is going to be time up, man. But those of us in this truth, man, we hasten Yahawah's return because we know we're going to receive that blessing, man. You know, the blessing that was given to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know, the promises of that came from the Heavenly Father. Man, the Lord said, ask the men I will give the heathen as an inheritance, man. Meaning we're going to have these devils in captivity, man. They're going to be our slaves. These are the things that the Lord is going to give us that we just speaking about, but it goes so far beyond that, man. Okay, it goes way beyond that. The Lord said that he, where he is, we will be ours also, man. He's going to prepare a place for us, man. You know, so, man, it's gonna be so far out, man. But you know how people don't want to just grasp that, man.
And going back to that curse law, priest. What
Yep.
King David say? Let this be a trap and a snare for him.
That's right. That's right. And it needs to be, man, because a lot of you niggas just ain't gonna get right, man. You know, but at the end of the day, this word, this message, this new song, this gospel, it's only for the elect anyway, man. You know, you rest of you just hearing this word and being condemned, man. Because you what scripture goes how they shush their hand at, you know, you don't want to hear it, man.
Got one for you, bro. And this is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Right. So it's going to be a lot. It's in the time now. It's going to be a lot of dying. It's going to be a lot of plucking up, man. Because judgment is on its way, man. Judgment is here. It's only going to escalate. We already seeing the Lord do his judgment. The elder brought out earlier, how the prophet Har speaking on not going in these particular places that's overcrowded and shit, man. Because the Lord, man, he's sending these death angels out, man. You know, brother, the elder brought up a 16-year-old party got shot up. You know, they shooting up trail rides. You know, just doing drive-bys on people just out in the open, man. You know, so these are those death angels that the Lord is sending forth, man. And you can best believe those bullets are hitting who they supposed to hit.
Precept. Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound,
Sin, man. Sin, wickedness.
the love of many shall wax cold.
When you see a mother mutilate and kill their child, man, that's cold. You know, a mother's supposed to be a nurturer, a caretaker. You know, that beginning step of raising up a child, man. You know, when you see a man just off his brother, his best friend. I was looking at a video today, man, where these two barbers working the same barbershop got into it over a customer or something, and he off them, man, up in Atlanta. I mean, you know, this is the love of many waxing cold, man. You know, you got brothers grew up together, offing each other.
Now when you see people get into it, especially two men, it's like, oh shit.
You expect somebody to get knocked off.
Somebody finna get knocked off.
I did a video just yesterday. You had a guy got mad because he lost by 2 points playing NBA 2K, threw his baby against the wall. So the baby is not expected to live. But guess what? They said they did the scan on the baby, and the baby had different stages of healing. So the baby eye was swollen, you know, it was bruised. He been beating the kid. He been beating. His baby was probably like 8 months old. And guess what? Hey, then the wife or the girlfriend, she should be charged too. Because at the end of the day, that boy been doing that shit. So you should be charged with manslaughter too.
Yeah, with child neglect.
This is a missile food generation.
Yeah.
They're useless eaters, like the elites would say. Because it's like, what's the purpose of a man being here?
Yeah.
To protect your child, and you're doing that to your
Yeah,
child.
throwing your child against the wall because you lost a video game by 2 points.
You got it, bro.
I got some. It's not exactly that, but it breaks down the slave Atlantic trade trade. The transatlantic slave trade was in 3 parts. So it was a triangle. The first part was where they left. The first part was it's called the first passage, was where they forced the slaves out of their homes. That's where they took us. The middle passage, it says the middle passage was the stage of the Atlantic slave trade, in which millions of enslaved, quote unquote, Africans were transported to the Americas as part of a triangular slave trade. The ships departed from Europe for African markets with manufactured goods, which was the first side of the triangle, which were then traded for slaves with rulers of African states and other African slave traders. And here's the point. It says slave ships transported the slaves across the Atlantic, which was the middle passage for the second side of the triangle. The proceeds or the slaves were used to buy products such as furs, hides,
Joel
tobacco.
3:3, and they have cast lots from my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine and products, that they might drink.
It says raw materials.
See?
Hey, but Captain Shaquat, hey, if you want to go into that point,
Give me, it's not good here.
you need to pour it with the rum and the sugar. because they was on the sugar cane plantations out there on the islands. But Jacob discovered that sugar can ferment.
Right.
And that's where you got rum from. Because people say sold a boy for rum, right?
right.
But that rum came from the sugar cane plantations on the islands where the sugar would ferment into alcohol. And that's where you get rum from. Because rum is like an island drink, you know?
So like it says, a marker of the wrong rock in Boston serves as a reminder of the active role in Boston in the slave trade. Basically, they made a monument in Boston out of this shit.
Yeah, come.
This is called from gotrom.com, and the title is The Dark Side of Rum. It says the slave trade from Africa to the Americas is one of the blackest pages in the history of the world, and crucially affected the formation of the nations of the new continent. The trade itself and then the development of great slavery-based societies in the Americas has naturally attracted the interest of scholars, popularizers, and novelists. The literature of this theme is huge, and I do not dare to delve into it. I just wish to tell the story of the close relationship between rum and slavery. Rum was born as a byproduct of sugar making, and the labor force on great sugarcane plantations in the Americas was mainly made up of enslaved black, they say Africans when we know it's Israelites, was mainly made up of enslaved black Israelites and their descendants. The slaves themselves were probably
Because the northern kingdom was dying off,
Yeah.
so you had to basically bring the southern kingdom over there to fulfill your will.
they mainly target on that to Brazil. It was like predominantly, so-called, African Americans over there, really. It says, rum was born as a byproduct of sugar making, and the labor force on great sugar cane plantations in the Americas was mainly made up of enslaved black, so-called Africans and their descendants. The slaves themselves were probably the first to discover the alcoholic beverage made from the spontaneous fermentation of sugar making byproducts, and later among the first consumers of distilled drink made with the fermented beverage.
Going back to that triangular slave trade, then you'll get the rum from the islands and you'll trade that to get a Jake, man. But it's basically saying the rum came from that sugar that fermented on them islands, man.
Bro, that's why that damn Captain Morgan logo looks so proud. You know, that's what I'm thinking now.
Yeah.
Cause that nigga got his foot on a goddamn barrel of rum, and in the background, I'm just looking at, he got his big ass slave ship back there.
Damn.
Hey, I got you. This is Isaiah 22 and 18. He will surely violently turn and toss you like a ball into a large company.
And that ball that he's tossing you is those slave ships, man. They're slave
That's
passage.
right. That's right. That's it. There shall you die, and there the chariots of your glory shall be the shame of the Lord's house. Because we came on them slave ships.
Yeah, and we died over here spiritually.
That's right, bro.
Because Yahawashi got extra, you got it, bro.
All right, so it says, in 1755, Caleb Godfrey, a slave captain from Newport, Rhode Island, bought 4 men, 3 women, 3 girls, and 1 boy for 799 gallons of rum,
Wow.
2 barrels of beef, and 1 barrel of pork, together with some smaller items.
Again, Joel 3 and 3. They threw dice to the side. Which of my people would be their slaves? They traded boys to obtain prostitutes and sold girls for enough wine to drink.
Sorry, read that again.
This is from Hugh Thomas in his great book, The Slave Trade, which came out in 1997. In 1755, Caleb Godfrey, a slave captain from Newport, Rhode Island, bought 4 men, 3 women, 3 girls, and 1 boy for 799 gallons of rum, 2 barrels of beef, and 1 barrel of pork, together with some smaller items. And in 1767, Captain William Taylor, acting for Richard Brew of Cape Coast, bought 4 male slaves at 130 gallons each, women at 110, and young girls at 80. By 1770,
That's not Joel 3 and 3.
Yeah, that's Joel 3 man.
That's not Joel 3 and 3.
And they was so hyped up off that, man. You know? Fucking party. They was probably drunk, casting lots of shit.
I got one for you, boy.
There's lost a lot of territory in America, too. All right.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come on you, and shall pursue you, and overtake you, till you be destroyed.
And Jake is destroyed. You're culturally, psychologically, spiritually, mentally destroyed, man. All right?
Because you listen not unto the voice of Yahweh, your power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command you. And they shall be on you for a sign and for a wonder, and on your seed forever.
Yep. And it's not literally forever, for a long period of time,
The
man.
end of this rulership.
And that slave trade was a sign, because you could Google slaves in America and we'll pop up.
That's right.
You could Google slave trade and pictures of us will pop up. You could Google auction blocks and you will still have the physical stores here in America where we were sold on, man.
Rod of iron. I would say that rod of iron.
That's
Yep.
right.
Which is Deuteronomy 28.
Get that one, bro. Hey, Deuteronomy 28:6-8. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring you into Egypt again with ships.
Yep.
By the way whereof I spoken to you.
That bow house to and fro.
That's right.
You know?
You shall see it no more
You
again.
should not see your homeland.
Right. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
You'll be sold into your enemies through those auction blocks. And NLT flipped it like no man shall buy you, like on the auction block. Nigga, you were sold on that auction block, man. All right, no man should redeem you from this predicament you're in.
That's right.
No man can do Booker T, Frederick Douglass, nobody can do it, man. Marcus Garvey, what you say, brother? But Yahawashi, that's right, man.
All right. You see the auction block now is heavy in the sports world, man. You know, they have you spring this shit. You know, then they have the draft. You stand up there with your stupid little hat on, and you know what I'm saying, got your fingers crossed that you're gonna be. You know, they made you happy to be bought and paid for a slave, man.
And the prison system is another one. And the prison system is like a standstill ship.
Yeah.
You know,
And they use rap music to actually promote you to go to prison.
yeah.
Because you had private investors of the elite, and they went to the music executives and they said, look, make this music like this so we can fill up the prison system.
Hey, you remember Plies had that song 100 Years, and he was breaking down like how to defend it. Yeah, they swapping out prisoners, and it's that fucking auction block, man. You swapping out niggas, man.
And then it's like cheap labor, man. Cause you know they be making horse saddles, license plates. You know, a lot of different things, man. Then they go out actually and do different particular jobs and shit for pennies on the dollar, man.
And then one second, brother. And then what niggas do, man? These jobs you work, you make enough to barely survive, and you do that till you about 60, man. So they got 40 years off your ass, man. That's another form of slavery, man. Go ahead, bro.
Back you up, before I started in the company, I was working for this company that used to build trucks. So they had this agreement with the city where the prisoners would come to work. But instead of I think minimum wage, it's still like $7.25, but you can talk to them. The dude said they were working for like $1 and some change. They get like $1 and change out of there, and the rest of the money go to the prison system.
And I'm like, well, Fredo said, you know my boy Fredo out there in the UK, he said, I'll never sit in a prison cell and read scriptures and eat Torah. Fuck that. This is Revelation. No, you good. Revelation 11 and 11.
And this just a post to back you up. From Washington Post, this came out like about 2 years ago. It says Louisiana voters keep slavery and go to prison once it's still a plantation. So they voted for that, just to keep, that slavery going on and go to prison. That's like the worst prison in America.
Cause them boys still a part of the chain gang. They literally be out there shackled up working in a fucking field, man.
Yep.
Revelation 11 and 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. And shall not.
I'm sorry, this from 1619 to 1970. Because after slavery ended 1865, you still had another 100 years of Jim Crow.
Right. And as of 1970 something, Mississippi, you still had literally plantations.
And you can drive through the Mississippi Delta right now and see those cotton fields. It is that you got niggas on tractors now. Go through the Mississippi Delta, man.
That's right. And shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Yep.
Because graves is what? Symbolic for what? Peace. Right? So if you understood who you were, you would have peace. Right? But they keep their dead bodies from you because they want to further indoctrinate you as only a slave. And not any association with King David, Yahawashi, King Solomon, so on and so forth. You beat a man down and you keep him down by taking away his confidence and his esteem, and then you indoctrinate him in your image, what the fuck you want him to be.
It's just like Captain Shaquat, he had made mention of the yokes of iron briefly. Deal with that topic. There's no need for them to have the yokes of iron on us anymore.
Right.
But then even when you look it up to show you that it actually happened, you just type it in on Google. And who's gonna pop up with the yokes of iron, man? No other nation. Besides the people on this side, man.
Bro.
You know, you got it.
Back into Revelation 11 and 10. And they that dwell on the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall send gifts one to another.
All those gifts was our people, man.
Right.
Our forefathers going to slavery.
Right.
What's that prophecy in Baruch? How was going to be, our little ones going to be tossed. If I can get that right quick.
Oh, and also Gad being sold too.
That's right.
Over back to Europe.
Yeah, the reverse slave trade.
Reverse slave trade, man. Not to forget to mention Northern Kingdom.
That's right, bro. Because these two prophets, the northern and southern kingdom, tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
And going back to King David, man, we had the nations under subjection.
Right.
Because basically it was like the Lion King.
That's right.
All right, King David being in power, that was like Mufasa over the earth, man.
Yeah.
And they had the other nations under subjection.
He didn't do like Samuel did. No, not Samuel, but Saul. Remember King Agag? He's supposed to goddamn killed everything. You know, he allowed him to stay and got the best of his goods, and what happened? Hey, the prophet Samuel hacked that nigga in two, man. But King David exercised that dictatorship like he was speaking of.
Because that's the Israelite man in his rightful position is like a lion
That's right, bro.
to these other nations, man.
And what does a lion do when he moves in? He kills off the offspring, and then he puts his seed into the lioness and has his own offspring. Man.
Because when you go into like the lions, they have a coalition. But the lion's nature is to conquer land. That's the lion's nature is to conquer land, man. All right.
If I could clarify something too, just to land back what you said, Captain Abaya, King David, he did exercise dominion over Amalek, but then, you know, ultimately the Heavenly Father still basically made Amalek, what, bro? The Heavenly Father made it to where Amalek escaped, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, just to fulfill prophecy, because, you know, them coming into power by way of the Greeks. And what happened later on in history.
Hey,
you know?
going back to just to prove your point, Ecclesiastes, how the people, no people are cut off.
Yeah, because you have a lot of historians, they want to use it to say there's no more Amalek. You know, just to clarify.
And well, that's why going back to the beginning, Genesis 4:15, a fugitive
Right.
will not be a fugitive going to hide your identity.
They're going to blend in everywhere.
There is no more Amalek. Yeah. There is no more Amalek. Yeah. Hide in plain sight.
Because Amalek was reserved for the end, basically.
Right.
You know?
And this is Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity and vexation of spirit.
So there's no end of no nation. You know, Esau's gonna go back to the spirit world, come back as another nation. All right, get your last scripture, bro.
This Ruth chapter 4, starting at verse 25. My children suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High.
And this is the route. Starting with really the advent of this man coming to the Americas, the conquer the northern kingdom, and then the global slave trade, man. That's the wrath of Yahaawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
Indignation.
Indignation, righteous anger.
Righteous anger. righteous wrath.
For thy enemy has persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see.
Persecute means what? To chase. And he chased us and he caught us and brought and enslaved us.
He conquered us.
He conquered us.
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck.
Hey, it goes back to what's the scripture? Was it Revelation 15? A sea mingled with glass, fire. Let's see his destruction, man.
Say in Psalms, only with thine eyes shall thou all the see the reward of the wicked.
Come on, man. And shortly we shall see his destruction. That's why we're standing up. We're all standing up. We're standing up to get ready to see his destruction.
I'm thinking about Genesis, the 3rd chapter. And he shall bruise his head. Talking about Yahawashi.
Verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways.
And what's the rough ways? You'll be tossed to and fro like a ball in the ocean.
Right.
Their slave passage, 80 days in the ocean was a rough way, man. My delicate ones is chosen.
Right. And I can also say too, these philosophers.
Yeah.
Because what made us delicate? The law, statutes, and the commandments.
So we were tossed to and fro from every side.
Yeah.
Also in Zechariah, the 2nd chapter, it goes into about those delicate ones. Like the Most High label us like he that touching you, touching the apple of his eye. And what you goes to the word apple, it goes into people. So it's like a sensitive area, like somebody poking your eye.
Waters up.
Yeah, it waters up. So that's how the Most High feels like, what happened to our people through this humiliation ritual, what we have to go through, man.
And this is spirit because they want to remove this from school books, man. In some states, they already doing it.
Texas.
You see about what?
The top of the slave trade.
Because he came over here
Yeah.
for work.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they was talking about doing that a couple years ago.
I think, what's that brain surgery, that nigga brain surgery?
Carson.
That nigga.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah, he
Uncle
came
Ben.
up. I think he said that, man. He said that. He did.
And were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children,
We got the Holy Scripture.
and cry unto the Most High,
By praying.
for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Don't the angels transfer our prayers back to the spiritual realm? And also they report on our works.
That's pretty much it.
Hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Yahawashi.
Give honor to our elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, and house of David the elect. Above all. Shalom.
Shalom.
I got you.